Good Thursday morning, everybody. I'm Dave Furtado.
And I'm meteorologist Jake Stevenson.
And welcome to Keep Her Quick, your latest local news and weather commercial free in about 19 minutes or less. We're going to jump right over to weather, though, because, Jake, there's not a whole lot to write home about going into Ironman weekend.
No, there really isn't. We've got abundant sunshine for these next few days, and then we've got maybe a little bit of a storm system coming in Saturday and into Sunday with a bit of drizzle. This is the Tri-Cities weather cam this morning as the sun was rising, and as you can see, there was not a cloud in the sky then, and that continues throughout the day today on Thursday. Taking a look now at our weather headlines, sunshine to finish out our work week tomorrow as well. And then some clouds come in Saturday evening, and that chance of rain then on Sunday as a storm system moves through. But behind it is a wicked cold front as we cool off 10 to 15 degrees Sunday and then into our work week.
Wicked cold front, you're speaking my language. Thanks so much, Jake. We begin this morning in the Tri-Cities. A cyclist is dead after a crash yesterday morning in Richland involving a car. It happened at the intersection of Dupertail Street and City View Drive. It appears the driver of the car stayed at the scene, but we're still trying to get more information from Richland Police about the investigation into what happened. We'll be sure to provide those details as soon as we get them. The area, though, was closed to traffic for several hours during the investigation, but the roads have since reopened. And Yakima police are trying to find the driver of a sport utility vehicle accused of crashing into a motorcyclist last week. Police say they have video showing a silver SUV with a black door that was involved in the crash. The motorcyclist was southbound on South 24th Avenue and turning west onto West Nob Hill Boulevard when he was hit by the SUV. Police say the motorcyclist had a green light and that the SUV ran through the red. The motorcyclist was thrown from the bike and then run over by the SUV. If you or anyone you know has information about the crash, you're asked to contact the Yakima Police Department. A man involved in a caught-on-camera crime is now heading to prison. You may remember the incident that we captured on the KIMA Tower Cam in April of 2023. The video shows Leo William Pedraza holding two women at gunpoint. He made them kneel to the ground and then fired a shot into the ground between them. Deputies stopped Pedraza's car on Autumn Ridge Road and arrested him. They also found a pistol with an extended magazine that they say Pedraza threw from the vehicle. Pedraza was sentenced to 15 years in prison, and he has been ordered to never have any contact with the two women for the rest of his life. And a silver alert has been issued for a Kennewick man. Washington State Patrol saying 74-year-old Joseph Faholi was last seen leaving his residence just after 3:35 yesterday afternoon. And his vehicle, a silver Toyota, was spotted on US 12 in Walla Walla at around 8 last night. Troopers say Faholi may be unable to return home without assistance. If you see him, you're asked to contact 911. And an annual event on the Yakima Nation brings people together to help raise awareness about suicide and efforts to prevent people from taking their own lives. KIMA's Aiden Connor tells us about the Yakima Nation's Tribal School annual Suicide Prevention Walk.
The annual Suicide Prevention Walk at the Yakima Nation Tribal School brings mental health organizations and community members together to spread awareness for suicide prevention.
I think it creates a space for them to acknowledge that they're not alone and to maybe seek out support. I think that's the biggest goal, is if you're struggling, to seek out.
Event organizers say that they have seen a significant turnout and that it's a testament to the collaboration between the community and the resources that are available.
Our goal is to raise awareness about suicide prevention and what resources are available in the community. And we usually get about 200 people and up, so 200-300 people. A couple of years ago, we gave about 500 shirts, and so usually a good turnout. The community supports this event and likes to join us.
Behavioral health programs recently joined forces with the event, along with several other contributors.
Yes, we do like to work together, of course, with all of the grants and services at Behavioral Health. So all of a variety of programs at Behavioral Health join together, and the staff work together. We have a few other programs that support this event. Youth Activities just joined with Behavioral Health, and they support this. We have the Peacekeeper Society. They donated the food, some of the food, and Washington Beef donated the hamburgers and hot dogs.
Mental health specialists say that it's important to create a comfortable space for those who struggle with suicidal ideation or have lost family members to suicide.
I think we're able to reduce the stigma of mental health, but also just talk about suicide awareness, and it can be difficult sometimes.
Suicide is a difficult subject for most, but the Suicide Prevention Walk creates a welcoming, insightful, and fun environment for those who need it most. You are never alone. Reporting for Action News, I'm Aiden Connor.
Cammy's Aiden Connor, thank you. And on to some health news. The Health Alliance, the West Coast Health Alliance, rather, is breaking with the Centers for Disease Control when it comes to vaccine recommendations. The newly formed alliance consists of Washington, Oregon, California, and Hawaii. The alliance now has their own recommendations when it comes to the COVID vaccine, the flu vaccine, as well as the RSV vaccine. This comes after the CDC, under Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., reduced the number of people they recommend to get the COVID shot. For all updated vaccine recommendations, you can head over to our website, KEPRtv.com. And along with their own recommendations, the governors of Washington, Oregon, California, and Hawaii released a joint statement saying, quote, "Our states are united in putting science, safety, and transparency first and in protecting families with clear, credible vaccine guidance. The West Coast Health Alliance stands united in protecting public health and always putting safety before politics." Now, the Ironman competition is this Sunday, and the Benton Franklin Health District just completed a round of testing for toxic algae along the swimming route. They found all water samples taken from the Columbia were below recreational thresholds for toxins, and there were no visible algal mats when water samples were taken on Monday. The health district, though, warns that river currents can change rapidly and move floating algae debris to the shoreline, so be cautious if you see algae in the river. And organizers want you to be aware of traffic delays during the race. The race includes a 56-mile bike course that will impact traffic. The event starts with the swim portion just before 6:30 a.m. with the bike portion set to start at 6:50. Richland city leaders say public safety agencies will be involved to ensure that traffic moves smoothly, and they also have some advice.
There will be delays. Plus, there's just a lot of people and stuff going on, and we want to be cautious and careful of everything there. So number one is just prepare early, plan your day accordingly to what's happening with the race. Two, if you can avoid going out at all, just avoid it. And the third thing is, if you want to get involved in the event, come on down and be a part of it.
Ironman organizers are advising drivers avoid the bypass highway and Van Giesen, as well as the bypass in Jadwin. The major traffic will be on George Washington Way.
So arrive early. So there will be no parking here at Columbia Point Marina Park. We have two gigantic shuttle lots. That's the City of Richland parking lot, as well as the Federal Building. So the pickup street is Mansfield Road. So we'll have continuous shuttle service starting at 4 a.m.
Now, this year's bike route will be different. For a detailed map and for more information, you can visit our website, KEPRtv.com. And with that, we're going to jump right over to meteorologist Jake Stevenson. Jake, we've already kind of touched on it earlier on in the morning, but we're going to have a guest tomorrow to talk about the Ironman race and some of the changes to the bike course and what have you. But I want to speak real fast on the toxic algae front. While the Columbia seems pretty clear, the Scootney Reservoir in North Franklin County tested on the higher end. It's not over recreational standards, but periodic testing will continue for folks that want to get out that direction to do any water activities. But let's jump right over to weather, though, because temperatures are pretty warm, but still seasonal, right?
Yeah, they're about 4 or 5 degrees above average. That's definitely helping the algae spread when those temperatures are warmer. Those fresh water and also salt water pathogens tend to spread better. As we take a look at our high temperatures, though, across our region, across Franklin County, as we were mentioning, we are in the mid to high 80s. And then in Benton County as well, we are also in that temperature range. Kennewick at 85, Richland 88, and up in Connell 87. In Walla Walla and Pendleton, we are 86 and 84 respectively. In the western half of our viewing region, we are 87 to 88 across the Yakima Valley this afternoon, 87 in Yakima, and then in the Kittitas Valley, 84 in Ellensburg. Taking a look at our overnight lows tonight and into tomorrow, 49 in Ellensburg and 50 in Yakima, 53, I should say, tomorrow morning in the Tri-Cities, and then the warm spot will be 62 in Walla Walla. So we are going to be a few degrees above average in the morning tomorrow, but it's still relatively cool as we head into those autumn months. Now, we this morning had a new issuance of the U.S. Drought Monitor, and as you can see, if you paid attention last week, we had not too much change from last week to this week. We are still in severe drought across our region, with even some extreme drought in Kittitas County. This has been the story throughout the entire summer, and we are expecting drought conditions to continue. However, there is going to be a round of rain coming this weekend. It won't get rid of the drought, but it will keep things damp and prevent more fires from starting. This is the European forecast model, and as we move into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we see that a big storm system starts to move through our region. We're going to be looking at rain in the Cascade Ridgeline in the European model, and then even some rain coming down into the Columbia Basin on Sunday. Now, I'm not super confident that this rain will occur, but the models are trending towards that higher chance for rain. Let's take a look at a different model, though. This is the GFS model. This is the American model as we move through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There we go, Sunday, we are going to be seeing some rain in the Cascade Ridgeline, more rain coming down into the Kittitas Valley in this model run, though. In the Columbia Basin, we're also looking at some rain in the GFS model, but that rain is creeping up into the Blue Mountains foothills, with Walla Walla getting a bigger chance for rain in the American model, and especially the Blue Mountains at higher elevations. I'm not super confident in rain in the Columbia Basin, but once again, we can't rule out a drizzle, especially in the early morning hours during the Ironman competition. As we move into the extended forecast range beyond our 7-day window that we can confidently forecast, we are looking at a wetter than average week to finish out our September into October, especially across our region, which is definitely good for those drought conditions. Although it won't totally put out the drought and all of those fires, we can at least look forward to a rather damp end to our September. Speaking of which, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast now. On Thursday in Ellensburg today, we're looking at low 80s, and then Friday we warm up a little bit to 85. Saturday we bring some clouds into the mix, and then there's that chance of rain Sunday, but we're watching a chance for showers Wednesday and by the end of next week as we head into that 8 to 14 day window I was talking about. In Walla Walla, 84 today, 85 tomorrow and Saturday with abundant sunshine, and then on Sunday we bring those showers into the mix as we drop 10 degrees behind the cold front behind that storm system. In Yakima, 84 today, 86 tomorrow and Saturday as we bring some clouds into the mix Saturday evening ahead of that storm system. We drop 12 degrees to 74 on Sunday with a chance of showers, and then we're sunny to start out our week next week. In the Tri-Cities, last but not least, 84 today, sunshine Friday and Saturday with highs of 86. Mostly sunny on Sunday, but a slight chance for a drop or two Sunday morning, and then next week, we are looking at highs in the high 70s, low 80s, and a chance for showers on Wednesday.
Thanks, Jake. In state news right now, Washington is competing for the highest gas prices in the nation. According to AAA, today prices in the state are just 1 cent less than California's prices. KOMO's Natalie Fahmy went to state lawmakers to ask if they plan on doing anything to bring Washingtonians relief.
Gas prices in the city of Seattle are high, and even here 30 minutes outside the city you can see high prices, $5.09 and $4.39, another $5.09 just across the street as well. And while state leaders don't and can't disagree that prices are high, they don't see eye to eye on how we got here. Republicans and Democrats agree. High gas prices in the state are likely attributable to several factors, including supply chain issues and a 6-cent per gallon gas tax increase in July. I asked the Washington House Transportation Committee Chair, Jake Fay, if he sees that tax going down anytime soon.
So I don't think so.
Gas tax dollars are used directly for transportation infrastructure like roads, bridges, and ferries. And while those are obvious contributors, critics of the state's Climate Commitment Act are pointing in that direction.
At some point, it doesn't matter what party you're in, the carbon tax scheme is broken.
The Climate Commitment Act went into law in 2023. The state law aims to reduce carbon emissions by requiring fuel providers to purchase carbon emission allowances. In the last auction, it made the state $440 million to put toward that effort. But chair of the state GOP, Jim Walsh, tells me those costs are just getting passed on to the drivers. That's why he wants to either repeal it completely or make incremental changes.
To try to keep it in place, but less destructive than it's been.
But Fay remembers last year's election, where about 62% of Washingtonians voted not to repeal the act.
It's clear that the people in the state of Washington want us to continue to go forward with what we plan to do on the Climate Commitment Act.
Walsh says he would also consider a tweak to the law so the funds go to transportation projects instead of the state general fund. That way it could help bring the gas tax down. I asked Fay what he makes of a proposal like that one.
The Climate Commitment Act, from my perspective, is all about facing up to make changes, to make investments in reducing carbon emissions. Highway projects don't do that.
We may try another initiative, but we're going to have to try to reform our initiative process.
The earliest lawmakers would likely take any action is next year during session, but again, it's unlikely that gas tax or climate commitment acts are going to change too much unless it ends up on a ballot and voters decide to take action. In Kent, I'm Natalie Fahmy, KOMO News.
Natalie Fahmy, thank you. And critics of the act also question whether the state's public transportation infrastructure is ready for a large number of people to start using it. They say it is not growing fast enough or on promised schedules, but supporters say that is exactly why they need the money from those auctions to help build it up. Local prices have gone down since yesterday, but not by much, just about 2 to 4 cents. Switching gears this morning, fire crews prepare for the worst case scenarios by simulating them. In the scenario yesterday, a large-scale emergency response at the Tri-Cities airport after a plane crash is caused by a drone. Of course, it didn't really happen, but with more drones in the air these days, a simulation like this can help prepare first responders for the real thing. All 3 city fire departments, Pasco Police, the Franklin County Sheriff's Office, and Emergency Management, along with Franklin County Fire District 3, the Coroner's Office, TSA, and the FAA, all met up to ensure they're prepared to work together should a plane crash really happen. The exercises are held every 3 years, and this is no surface level simulation. Some 70 Tri-Tech students played the role of crash survivors with realistic looking wounds.
We're seeing a lot more drone activity, obviously, and from folks who have private drones who are flying and they just want to capture aerial views to commercial drones. So the potential is obviously there. We have had drone strikes on various airports throughout the country. So it is something that is more likely than not that could be a real scenario. So we want to be able to capture that.
Now, the last time this drill was done in 2022, it came just one day after a corporate jet crashed and caught fire at the Tri-Cities airport, the first major aircraft incident there in at least 3 decades. Less than a dozen people were on that plane, and they all made it out safely. A critical conversation yesterday in Natchez, where town leaders are working to find a way to keep the local library open. KIMA's Anissa Williams reports on what's at stake and what happens next.
Faced with rising costs and an uncertain budget, the Natchez Town Council held a special meeting today to address the future of its public library.
So what we do know is if we increase the fee, we are going to have to increase property taxes again. There's no question about that.
The discussion drew strong opinions from the community, including those who see the library as more than just a line item in the budget.
The library is such an important component of Natchez. And not only does it provide the communities, foster a community that several people have spoken about, but it actually brings business to town.
Council members considered a temporary extension, but with financial numbers still in flux, some urged caution before making commitments.
I'm just thinking that until our budget is set, we don't even know what we have.
There was also a push to gather more information, especially about who's using the library and how it connects to other services like the school district.
I agree wholeheartedly. I think we should be working with the school system somehow too. I don't understand why this person, the school system and the town should pay for separate library systems. Why can't we work together and make it work for the whole community?
After nearly an hour of discussion, the council agreed to pursue a 6-month contract extension and shorten the cancellation window. A public forum is now scheduled for September 30th.
We're going to request dropping the contract from a 90-day notice to a 30-day notice. I'll let them know, the trustees know that I'm going to reach out to the local groups and see who else is interested in supporting maintaining the library.
KIMA's Anissa Williams, thank you. And Yakima Valley Libraries will have a meeting on September 22nd. Until then, community leaders in Natchez hope to build a plan that keeps the library and its options open. And finally, the Yakima Valley was voted the 6th best destination for fall in USA Today's 10 Best Readers' Choice Awards. John Cooper of Yakima Valley Tourism says the honor is a testament to the riveting fall events the Yakima Valley has to offer.
I think what sets us apart, of course, is our fall activities that we have here. We've got the fair, we've got the Fresh Hop Ale Festival, we've got a lot of harvest events happening, the crush in the wine industry, and the fact that our weather is really great. It's warm in the daytime, cool at night, and I think all the outdoor activities that go along with that just made us percolate to the top.
Now, the Yakima Valley is the only area in the western U.S. to be recognized in the top 10. But that does it for us. Thank you for watching this episode of Keeper Quick. For more local news and weather, you can head over to our websites. It's KIMATV.com, as well as our Facebook pages. But while you're here, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up with our latest mini newscasts Monday through Friday. Have a terrific Thursday, everybody.